Rachel Raquel still has more to say about her scandal time and her lawsuit against Ariana and Tom. Sheena is shading her fellow cast members for where they live. And we have some information about a song of the past that we all loved or love to hate. So we got to talk about it, you guys. Grab a beverage. Hopefully, you're wearing something comfy. Smash that like, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture. Joleen Lunzer here to talk about all of the pop culture news and reality television news, entertainment news that we need to talk about, and things that we love to hate and hate to love. We roast it, we recap it over here, we take a comedic look. Again, if you're new to my channel, just be warned, I am not a blogger. I am actually very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion as me. You are welcome to have your own opinion in the wonderful live chat or the comment section after the video posts, and we can just agree to disagree and still be friends.
That's my opinion!
That's just my opinion. You guys, remember, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything I say is alleged and for entertainment purposes only.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. It's just allegedly, you guys. We have so much to talk about today, but first things first, make sure you smash that like. You guys, we set a goal yesterday and we killed the likes. So thank you so much for helping me reach the like goal yesterday, which I think was 700, and we're like almost at 1,000 likes. So thank you so much. Today, let's set a goal for 800 and see if we can hit it. I am so close as well to 40,000 subscribers. So if you want to share me with your friends, feel free. But we are like 200 and some away from 40,000 subscribers, which is crazy. Also, shout out to those of you who have been hitting me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Thank you so much, Gigi. And then I got a PayPal as well. I appreciate you guys. If you want to support me further, you can always hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Otherwise, you can join my YouTube membership or check out my Patreon. You can also send a super chat while we're live here. I'll highlight your comment. We can talk about it. Otherwise, you can send a super thanks after the video post. But again, you do not have to do any of those things. It is merely if you feel so inclined. And I appreciate all of you who do that. Why can't I see my PayPal? You know who you are, who sent me a PayPal. Thank you so much. But PayPal's weird. It won't let me see who gave me money. PayPal, let me shout you out. But it won't let me see this right now. So I'll send you a message via PayPal. But thank you. I also had things sent to my P.O. box that I checked today, and I have to open the boxes. So I'll be showing you guys what I get there. So yeah, that is where we're at. Happy Wednesday. It's almost the 4th of July for us Americans over here. I hope you guys are going to do anything. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have a good time, whether it's sit at home, relax, take a nap, go out on the water, lake, ocean, something fun with the fam, light fireworks, light yourself on fire. No, don't light yourself on fire. S'mores, anything you want. Artist, thank you so much for coming through with the first super chat of the live. Artist Fleetwood says, hello, Jolene, and good evening, everyone. Hope you're all staying safe and hug the ones you love. Artist, we hope you're doing okay down in Florida and hurricanes and all that stuff. And hopefully you're safe and dry from both hurricanes and sweating, because humility is something. Something. Thank you, Immortal. Immortal says, thank you for making the world better with some laughter. Well, that's really nice of you to say. I appreciate that. And North Van Amy, thank you for being a member for a month. Happy 1 month anniversary. Happy 4th of July, Jolene. Happy 4th to all of you as well. We have a lot of fun things to talk about today on this episode, No Offense, All Offense, where I never mean to offend. However, someone is probably going to get offended because that's just life. Okay. But we just say no offense, all offense after we say something, and then it absolves us of any guilt. That's as easy as that. All right, first things first. I want to start with something kind of fun that I found, you guys, and I posted this for the members. So a lot of these like little stories and stuff like that. I'll post for my members only here on YouTube, and then I'll go over on Patreon and post it as well. So far, it's just in the YouTube member, but I'm going to post the stuff over in Patreon as well. So I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm a Zennial. Okay. Zennials are technically, I think, born between, I don't know, 1979 or 78 to like 1984 or something. It's that weird time in between Gen X and millennial. Technically, I'm either a really, really old millennial or really, really young Gen Xer. So they created this whole other thing, Zennial. And they have a reason behind it, but I kind of like it because it's just like a very, thank you, Britt. Britt put it here from 1977 to 1983. So I feel like it's like a really exclusive club. Okay. Because everything is catered towards millennials right now. I feel like when it comes to, I feel like millennials are getting kind of dragged now. Much as boomers were. Boomers are still getting dragged too. Gen X never really got dragged, but I also don't feel as though I relate well to the Gen X because it's just I feel like I'm too young to be a Gen Xer. Like Gen Xers were way cooler than me. Like way cooler. I think of like I have a joke about it, but I do think of like the Winona Riders, like people like that. Like they're like quintessential Gen X. Reality Bites is Gen X. I am not cool enough to be Gen X. So I'm a Zennial, okay? And I'm sure you don't have to be a Zennial to appreciate this little reference here. But 1999 was a beautiful time. Let me take you guys back. Let me take you back to 1999. I was 19 years old. I may or may not have had a spring break in Negril, Jamaica with 3 of my girlfriends, one of which ended up getting alcohol poisoning. She lived. I carried her across the beach. Maybe there was a wet t-shirt contest. You know how it goes, okay? And the number one song, was it 99 or 2000s I went to Jamaica? Either way, the number one song was the Thong Song by my friend Cisco. And I say my friend, I don't know Cisco. I don't even know what happened to Cisco. I didn't even know if Cisco was still alive until today. I am so happy to report he is alive and well. And Cisco, I had to look it up. Like, how old is Cisco? What's going on with Cisco? And if you don't know, Cisco, his real name is Mark. That doesn't suit him. He is definitely Cisco, not to be confused with Crisco, which is a delightful greasy substance for cooking and things. I don't know. I'm not a kitchen lady, but I remember a little Crisco. He was born November 9th, 1978. He's known professionally as Cisco. So Mark Althavan Andrews, and he's an American singer, songwriter, record producer. So he's just 2 years older than me. So we can include him in our Zennial. Well, he had the Thong Song. And the Thong Song, you guys remember that? I like it when the beat goes. Baby, move. Oh, that thong, the thong, thong, thong. Ooh, that dress so scandalous. And, I can't handle it. And shaking that thing like who's, it was just like this. It was like, oh my God. It was everything. For those of you little babies watching me and you weren't alive during this time or you don't remember this time, it was the time to be alive. I like it when the beat goes. Baby, make booty go. It was back when they were making jeans that like went barely above your labia. It was the super low cut. Like how low can you go? We were starting to get into that time frame. We were just coming out of the 90s, the end of the 90s, and the Thong Song came out. Well, I happened upon this delightful little story about how the Thong Song was written by Mr. Cisco here. Okay. And shout out to Dan Zabs on Instagram where I found this. And Cisco is going to explain to us why or how he came across the Thong Song, which I can't believe that I was just in the club. Like Auntie Joleen was in the club. I was like, baby, make booty go. Oh, that tong. Ooh, that dress so scandalous. Like if you were a part of that life, before cell phones really and social media, and you were just making sure a little bit of your tongue showed, just a little bit of whale tail, just a teeny bit of whale tail. You had to have a tongue. Okay. So the Thong Song, let's take a listen to, let me make sure that I presented with a little throwback, if you will. And if you guys like a little throwback segment on No Offense, All Offense, let me know. Because I'll keep doing little throwbacks because I like this. Anna says, I was 8 in 1980. Anna, grow up. Anna, Anna, you were just a baby. You still knew the song because you were the coolest 8-year-old on the block. Lacey said, I was 11. I had no business dancing to that song. I went to an NSYNC. He opened for NSYNC. Oh my gosh. I went to an NSYNC concert. He didn't open for them, the concert I went to, I don't think. because that would have been lit, as the kids say. And 11, that's hilarious. Okay, yeah. Natashki says, I can't believe Cisco's real name is my dad's name. It's just a Mark. He's a Mark. At heart, though, he's a Cisco. He's a six. Yeah, Gen X is the cool. They're just like so cool. Gen X is just like, I don't deserve to be a Gen X. I'm just not cool enough. Okay. So here we go. Cisco explaining how he came up with the thong song.
Really what happened, I shit you not. So I heard the melody first, but the words didn't really click. So I had a date that night. We get back to the crib. So we making out and I'm rounding second base. She decides she wants to get up and strip. Is the first time I had ever seen a thong. And it was glorious. I'm like literally writing the song, talking about the date that I was on. The next day, my friends come over. I tell them, gather around. This girl had on a thong. And they was like, a what now? Needless to say, all my boys was like, literally like on a pilgrimage, like, Lord of the Rings or whatever, to go find the thong, right? This is really what happened. I shit you not. And so when I get to the chorus, I didn't know what I should say. My friend comes in and he like, yo, stop the music. Boom. Yo, I was with this girl last night and guess what she gave me? I was like, what? What did she give you? And he was like, that thong, thong. Just like that. I was like, yo, what if right there I was like, what if I said that thong? They was like, that's funny. Yeah, you would never do it. I was like, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to say that, dude. And by the time I got to that part, everybody in the room said it with me, like, thong. I was like, look, it works. We got it, yo. It's a hit. That's a smash. That's it.
That's it. I just thought that was so adorable. Cisco over here talking about he was on a date, he even knew what a thong was. I don't even remember the age that I realized what a thong was. I think probably when you're younger, you've heard of here. I don't know how inappropriately somehow I heard of a G-string, and I always thought, oh, that the dental floss look. I don't know, but then I don't even know when I first came about finding out about a thong. But it's interesting to think, how old was Cisco? Like he had never seen it. That was 99. I feel like thongs were out, but I will tell you, it was all about the silkies in the 90s. Okay. Now, granted, I was a teenager, so inappropriate, but you had to have bikini cut silkies and they had the string and the rest of the underwears were silkies. I don't know if it was breathable. I don't know how any of us got out of there without Easters for Easters, but that was all about the silkies. And nowadays, I don't think you could probably tell a young woman, I don't think you could make a young woman wear the string underpants with the silkies on the butt, on the front. I don't know where we were supposed to breathe. Maybe it's the pocket by the baby door in the underpants where you can put snacks in that little, the girls' underpants. You got a little hole. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, you know. But it's all about that. So I don't remember people wearing thongs in high school, but I graduated in 1998. But right after that, thongs hit, and it was like that tong. Yes, it was a little. You loved your string. Natashki says definitely not breathable. But it was all about the silkies. You had to have the little bikini, and they had little bows, and they had the floral. I mean, whatever you had to get, and it was just silkies with the underwear pocket for snacks. I'm just assuming it's for snacks. I've been putting snacks in there. If I'm doing it wrong, please tell me. But I'm pretty sure. They slid all over. It was like you were wearing a slip and slide the whole day. You just. Your booty was just, slide to the left, slide to the right, So to think that Cisco, the song came out in 99, Cisco just saw a thong for the first time. So I don't even know what year the thong started being popular, but I love how he just explains it like, oh my God, I saw a thong and it was glorious. And I had to tell all my friends, and he had all his friends, and they're like, the what now? The what, the who, the ha? What's good? It's up the booty. It's just the whole butt with a strip. But it's not a G-string. It's a tong. And it can be like a Y for Generation Y for yes. Okay. I wish they would have made the thongs with an N for no, because I was always no. Okay. But that was just me, no shade, no judgment to anyone. No, we don't. No, that's a part of the yard we don't visit. We let the grass grow. I'm going to live where the green grass grows. We just, pop up in rows or something. But my mom, there's no way. If I would have told my mom, Brandy says my mom wouldn't let me wear a thong, just the silkies. And the silkies was hard enough for Nana. to let me buy. She's like, well, who's seeing your underwear? And I'm like, no one. And it was no one. I think a couple people might have taken a peek, but interesting to think that he just had never seen a thong before, and when he did, it changed his life. And then the thong was just his friend going, you'll never guess what I saw last night. That thong, I like it when the beat goes, baby, make a booty go. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is my new, ooh, that dress so scandalous. It's just, what a time. So shout out to Cisco for providing us background into these songs. I wish every pop star, R&B artist, rapper of the past would do these little segments, because back then it's not like, we could just Google lyrics even. I mean, we were singing the wrong lyrics our whole lives and we didn't know, because you would have to have read in, shout out to Amalesh, pick up his book, Untitled Stories of Catharsis. You would have to read in the CD cover in the back. You have to pull it out and go, oh, isn't it ironic? It's like rain on your wedding day. Okay, it's a free. Otherwise, you were singing it wrong. Just like I didn't know until recently, and we've talked about this previously, that John Cougar Mellencamp was saying, sucking on a chili dog outside the tasty freeze. Sucking on a chili. Who sucks on a chili? I'm never going to be able to get over that. The fact that they're like, sucking on a chili dog outside the tasty freeze. So, is that why Teddy turned out so bad? Is because you were sucking on chili dogs? I don't know, sir, but that bothers me. But otherwise, you guys know, otherwise we were just singing the incorrect words, and that was our life. And nowadays, I mean, my friend, my Bessie just got a Tessie, and I'm like, pick me up, Katie. And she picked me up, and her little girls were like, let's do car karaoke. Apparently these Teslas have karaoke where it just pops up on screen even. So you can sing karaoke in your car. I'm like, Joleen needs Tessie money. That is my new goal. I don't want to support Elon Musk, but I want a Tessie. It was so fun. Have you guys been in a Tesla? I was hating on them for so long, and then I went in one, and I really enjoyed it. It was really, is Nana here? Shout out to Nana. Nana, we're just talking about underwear. Nana says, my mom says, more moms should ask, who's seeing your underwear? Yeah, Nana was like, well, who's seeing them? What? No, you just get to grab some strawberry shortcakes. Huh? They got any Rainbow Brights? What do they got there? My Little Pony? My Little Ho? They got My Little Honey. No. Get the G.I. Joes. Nana was, but you get them. I'm saying I don't like Elon Musk, but the cars, they park themselves. It parked itself. But basically the point is not to support Elon Musk. The point is to get him to send himself to another planet so that we can give Teslas. Someone else could buy Tesla. I don't want to support them, but they're super freaking cool, which I'm sure has nothing to do with Elon Musk. Okay. Nothing at all. I have a Honda, but it's a hybrid. So I feel like I'm half helping the earth and half not giving a shit. You know what I mean? But at least half of me cares. And I think that is the important start. But when my car starts, I don't know if any of you have a Honda CRV. What is it? It's just a Honda CRV. And when it starts, it sounds like this one Mariah Carey song. And now I can't think of it. And every time I start my car, I sing this Mariah Carey song. And it also sounds like Space, the Final Frontier. It sounds like I'm in a spaceship. Mm-hmm. Pamela B, thank you so much for the super chat. Pamela says there is a meme that says, do not give this man a chili dog with John Cougar Mellencamp's pic. Still makes me laugh. Can you believe this man was like, he is one of, he's revered. Like people love John Mellencamp, John Cougar Mellencamp, whatever the hell. And they love him. And he sang song. He had a song with lyrics that said, sucking on chili dog outside the tasty freeze. It's like, what? Huh? Thank you. Thank you, Crin Brand. Am I saying that? Cry Brand? 22. I'm excited to see your stand up in San Diego next month. Thank you. Reminding me, there are links in the description of this video to get tickets to my San Diego show on the 10th and my Arizona show on August 8th. So August 10th and August 8th, I have shows in San Diego. And Arizona. B Bean always coming through with some wonderful facts. B Bean says the 2023 Tesla Model 3 is the cheapest Tesla car currently offered. The base rear wheel drive, okay, the RWD trim has an official starting price of $40,240. Okay. But I just have to get there. I just want the one that parks. I need Nana to come visit, and she's coming to visit me because Nana will be at the shows in San Diego and in Arizona. So if you want to go meet Nana, experience her in all her wonderfulness, she and producer Linda will be there. And I am going to have my friend Katie drive Nana around. Me and Nana were in a Tesla in LA over Christmas when we went to a holiday party, but she hasn't seen everything it has to offer. Nana, it'll park, it'll front end, rear end, whatever that's called, where you back in park for you. You just pick your spot and then you put your hands up and you go, woo! And then it parks your car for you. It's going to blow Nana's mind. Okay. Nana, you haven't been this excited since the Jetsons met the Flintstones. It's going to just boom. It's going to go crazy. It's going to go crazy. Brandy, I hope to see you there. I'm fangirling in Arizona. I hope to see you there. Yeah. Teslas are everywhere. They were the Uber. But out here in the desert, they're pretty fancy. Yeah. They'll parallel park for you. They'll do everything. Is that my Bessie in a Tessie? It was my Bessie in a Tessie. Okay. Next story, you guys. Next thing's next. Sheena. Sheena. You guys, what? Sheena was on some podcasts recently in the past couple weeks, okay? And it started trending, or people started sharing, I should say, her talking about her friends living in apartments now that she has a house.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
So this is what she had to say. Let's just take a listen, you guys. This is Sheena talking on someone's podcast. I don't think it was her own. And she was talking about her feelings of, we know Sheena has a house out here in Palm Springs. And Sheena also has a house that she bought recently in the Valley, hoping, I think, to be on the Valley. But then she didn't get cast on the Valley. They kept the cast the same, and they're going to start filming very soon. And I'm excited for season 2 of the Valley. But Sheena was just recently, she was living in an apartment too, over, I think, on the west side, because she always loved living on the west side near the ocean. And now she moved into the Valley. Now she owns a home for the first time in the LA, county area, not Riverside, where she currently owns a house. So all of a sudden now, wow, she's really feeling herself. Let's take a listen.
Sheena clowning on her podcast about some of the Valley people because some of the couples were filming in apartments and not houses. Did you see something about that?
Oh, yeah, that made her sad or something? Or is it,
Yeah, like something weird. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, was she talking about?
Hold on, let's listen.
Just some of the apartment scenes on our show in the Valley where I'm like, I just feel a little sad right now, okay? Like, I'm in my house and like, just kind of depressing. It's like, you like to get back to some of that apartment living for that realness. Yes. And I'm like, you used to have a house. Now we're doing a sub day in your apartment while everyone's in Big Bear. And it just made me a little sad.
That was a tough scene. I will say, like, I like that they sort of leaned into it in a way, but like, and they like embraced it. But I agree that the comparison of the Big Bear mansion to that.
That's
like,
mean.
The CBS.
Let me tell you about apartment living, and from going from a house to apartment living. I don't have to take care of.
You don't have to take care of
so
shit.
When like something breaks, there's a leak, I need a filter or something needs to be. I just call maintenance and they come and do it. It's wonderful.
So that was Katie Maloney on the Not Fat But Not Skinny podcast. And we talked a little bit about that yesterday, about Katie. She was sounding off about Lala, and that is Katie reacting to Sheena shading her fellow Valley cast members and also her Vanderpump Rules friends who have went from houses into apartments, and how she feels bad for that. And like Alex G is saying, it's not like they're homeless. Like, they're affording apartments in Los Angeles, which is basically like paying a mortgage. It's so damn expensive. And Kristen makes a great point. Sheena was in an apartment 2 seconds ago, and now she has 2 homes, and she's like, oh my God, these bitch, I feel so bad. I feel so bad that they're in their little apartments and I'm just here paying 2 mortgages. I'm like, Sheena, you're not helping your cause.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Her and Lala just a lead. Like, I just continue to get more and more disappointed with the Sheeners. Part of me holds out hope for Sheeners. Not for Lala anymore, unfortunately. I just think it's not, but I think I'm probably stupid for holding out hope for Sheena. I mean, it's very little hope. It's like, very, very small. But yeah, thank you so much, Kirsten. Kirsten coming through with a super chat. Thank you. Kirsten said it'll be funny if she isn't on Vanderpump Rules anymore, nor on the Valley, and then can't afford her 2 homes. That'll be some sort of karma for talking ish on people who live in apartments in LA. She will always be classless to me. Thank you, Kirsten, for that very generous super chat. And yeah, you have to be careful because, again, where did Lala get in trouble? She started believing her own hype. She started loving the smell of her own toots. And then you got to be humble. Kendrick Lamar, they can learn so much from Kendrick Lamar. They literally could just play humble over and over and over. These 2 ladies are just a little too Drake for me.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Because the minute you start feeling yourself and you're like, oh, look at me. If I'm like, oh, guys, I got a Tessie. I'm not going live anymore. I got a Tessie and I'm killing it. Look at me. I'm just parallel parking with my hands up like a roller coaster. And then all of a sudden, oh, I'm not making any more money. I'm not working. And then I lose my Tessie and it gets repossessed. Well, that's, people are going to have thoughts about that. You got to really stay humble because it seems like, Sheena and Lala, they both need the work. And so laughing at your friends for, being in apartments or having to downgrade as you would think. It's not the flex she thinks it is. It's not very funny. Now, the only people you can laugh at going back to live in apartments is Jax and the Toms, because eventually they're all going to end up back with each other, living together, trying to smash, like they would say, they're trying to smash while the other one's in, the bathroom. Jax, and he's like, I'm taking a dump. And Tom's like, okay, I'm out here trying to smash, bringing home girls. Then we can laugh at them. But as far as like Katie's like, okay, I had the house, I had the marriage, it didn't work for me. And now I just don't want to be a homeowner right now. I don't want that responsibility. And anyone that owns a home knows that there is a lot of responsibility. Like it is like, I got some outlets in my house right now. It just stopped working. So I got to call an electrician. I don't know. They didn't, whatever, where you go outside and you flip the switch, whatever that's called. Clearly I'm a new homeowner. Nothing to do with that. It's probably something that's going to cost me more money than I want to pay. But that's part of being a homeowner is these things pop up. I can't just call the landlord and be like, hey, yo, what's up? Anyways, we don't have any electricity. And then he can take 3 weeks to get back to me and then finally fix it. So I'm currently blow drying my hair in the hallway where there's no mirror. So this is the outcome of that. And I just was like, we're not doing makeup. We're going to do a little lip today. But other than that, we're very casual today. So Katie's like, no, I like where I'm at right now. This is what I'm doing. Now, Ariana, she was able to, stay in the house with Tom Sandoval. So he couldn't take that over from her and become some kind of weird squatter with all his mushroom and acid friends. And so she was able to get enough money to go buy a home actually in the hills. And I was proud of Ariana, not just because she went through all that and then went on to buy her own home, like a screw you, Tom, while he is a struggle bus because he's mismanaging his money allegedly and owes his mom $250,000. But because it seems like she bought something a little more affordable where Lala and Sheena, I think they were up, especially Lala, into like the 3 million area for a home. I think Ariana's was under 2 mil, and you guys, how much is Brock making? I don't, no offense, all offense, but I don't know if he's pulling in the money that the rest of the cast is pulling in. And then what else is he doing? Because remember, Sheena had to allegedly get money during the Panakuchen from Tom Sandybutt. But I don't know. The breaker. Yeah, it wasn't the breaker. It wasn't the breaker 99. Whatever, you go outside and you go, and you pull down that thing where I think I'm going to blow up. It wasn't that. It's something else going on. But yeah. So thank you, MG. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. That is really nice of you. Fuse box. You guys are teaching me already. I'm like, that I just know you do this. And every time I pull it, I think I literally am going to blow up, but I don't. Let's see what you guys are saying. Kylie says, especially gross considering the reason they went back to apartments was because a divorce, right? So insensitive. Now, again, no offense, all offense, but all of Sheena's apartments have been maybe Tom Schwartz, his apartment's probably the worst of everybody's. But remember, Sheena's decor it's horrendous. Let's just be honest here. When she lived with Shay, remember how she had those pictures up on the wall and it was just like giant pictures of her and Shay, and then just this big, huge leather couch that did not fit in that room. There's a huge leather sectional with cup holders. It was like my dad went into the room store and was like, I'll decorate this bitch. You know what I mean? That's what my dad would pick. And shout out to Paul. Shout out to my dad. He's awesome. But it was a total dad couch that didn't fit. There's nothing wrong if you want to have a couch with recliners and cup holders and be comfy. Hell yeah. But you can't when you're in, an 800 square foot apartment and you have this huge, oversized, stuffed leather couch. And then her and Shay would just have, awkward conversations about their marriage while sitting on this couch. And then these pictures everywhere. I mean, my wedding was great. And I do like when people have their wedding pictures up, but there was like poster prints. It was like, I enjoy like a Ani DeFranco or a Wizard Cat, or The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, more than giant photos of myself. But that's just me. But if you want to have a picture of yourself, get it, girl. But it was too much. Every wall in that apartment was covered. And then her last apartment, no. It wasn't good, guys. It wasn't good. It's just the huge furniture. Yeah, measure that stuff. North Van Amby says Sheena still has giant pictures of herself on the walls. I guess it's one thing if you are like, if you're really proud, you're on like a cover of a magazine or someone makes some really cool art of you, but every wall pictures of yourself, that's might, to each their own, but that might be a lot. Alex G says very tone deaf, especially considering the skyrocketed housing prices, especially in LA, for sure. Irene says, I love Katie's decor. Me too. I love Katie's decor. My little 10-year-old niece would go, it's so preppy. Katie's going to have some disco balls. She's going to have some fairy lights. She's going to have some checkered. It's almost like she's me. But it's just really cute. Her furniture is like comfy, but cute. I know some people do not like Katie's style and love to tell me that, and that's fine. But I really like Katie's style. I think she dresses adorably, and I do like her home decor style as well. Cassandra Perez says, absolutely no taste. Schmear. Yes. I saw that on a recent, I didn't even catch it. I think it was the stuff they should have shown us or whatever that's called, the bonus episode of Vanderpump this season. Smirnoff bottles lining the kitchen cabinets. Now, without judgment, and if someone here does this, I love you still. Why are we keeping empty liquor bottles as home decor outside of college? Once college is over and it's Smirnoff, is it because that's a sponsor of hers? Does she have to have it up? But I never understood that. People that have like empty wine bottles and stuff, I'm like, just throw it away. Why are we keeping? They were full? Well, why do you have that much Smirnoff? Why do you have that much? How much are you going to drink? Oh my gosh. Yes, that's a very college party house thing for sure, to be like, look at me. I drink alcohol. I'm cool. But once you're like 40, Oh, it might. Yeah, it probably makes more sense that it's ad placement. Totally. Yeah, and something about her is totally adorable and romantic. The decor in there. So she does events. So now she has mini bottles. Okay. Veronique says, money can't buy you class. Yes, Luann Della Schweppes. Luann Della Seps. I like to call her Della Schweppes. The best ginger ale. No offense, all offense to, I think my Michigan friends have a certain ginger ale you guys like, and I respect you, but nothing beats the Schweppes, the Schweppes. It's my effing birthday. Is it really your effing birthday? Or are you just giving a Stassi quote? Because if it is it your birthday, Monica? Oh my gosh, Monica, we have to play you a little happy birthday by my friends Tay the Bay and content creator extraordinaire, Busy Blue.
Happy birthday! It's your birthday! It's your birthday! It's your birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! It's your birthday!
Happy birthday, Monica. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Shout out to my friend Busy Blue, currently on vacation in Orlando, and I miss him. Happy birthday. Oh, Verner's. Is that what it's called? You guys' ginger ale? I do like, what other kind of ginger ale do I like? Canada Dry? I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I do like the Schweppes. Schweppes or Schweppies, however you say it. Sheena does get sponsored by Smirnoff. I heard her talk about it once. Nicole said in once in one of the after shows. Yes, and I think I remember she brought it to the water tasting party, right? Didn't she bring like a whipped Smirnoff? And she's like, I will have some Smirnoff. So get it, girl. But why the mini bottles? Are you on a plane? Why do they even make mini bottles for planes? That's all I can think of, because I could definitely drink more than that back in the day. Alex says she should just tattoo Smirnoff on her arm. Oh my God. Yes. Fever. I've never heard of this Fever Tree ginger ale. Okay. All right. Never heard about it. Because it's as good as Smirnoff. Yes. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right. So, I mean, Sheena just again, just putting her foot in her mouth, and Katie's like, okay, well, I'm not really bothered about it because I'm killing it, and you and Brock are fighting in bikini stores. No offense, all of it.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
What? They not like us. It's just like, oh, Sheeners. This is the time to be really, really likable if you want to, maybe, get back in public favor, which seems important to Sheena. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys, did you catch this? Did you see this? Did you miss this? Do you know? Rachel Raquel, obviously, we're going to talk more about her in a second. But this story with Rachel Raquel, her podcast, she's going to do a podcast. She's not going to talk about Vanderpump Rules. She's not going to talk about Ariana anymore. Not going to talk about Tom. She's going to do so much more. She's going to do a mistress podcast, mental health mistress, mentally healthy mistresses. That should be the name of her podcast, Mentally Healthy Mistresses Podcast. But she keeps talking about Vanderpump Rules. And she's also admitted to, I would not admit this, Rachel Raquel, do not admit this, because you gotta learn how to gray rock, like Ariana has. But she is saying that she still watches Tom Sandoval on the TV shows he's on. Okay, let's take a listen.
I'm not sure if you heard or not, or you're aware or not, but Tom Sandoval is going to be in the upcoming season of The Traitors. Will you be watching that?
Woo! No way. I don't know. I think I might have to tune in to watch that. I don't know why. I watched Special Forces. I did get asked to be on that, and Tom was trying to convince me to go in Special Forces with him. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm going to get out of this inpatient treatment facility and go straight into like a horrible, traumatic situation where they're all yelling at me and telling me that I'm a piece of S and all.
So I did not know that Rachel and Tom were offered Special Forces, which Tom went on to do, only to cry while taking a dump and have to have JoJo Siwa carry him through obstacles because he's so weak. But Rachel was asked, and Tom was like, come on, you got to come do it, Rachel. And she was like, but Lala, is Lala doing it? Because then I will think about it. So Rachel was asked to do Special Forces while she was at the $100,000 plus treatment center. Okay. And she was like, not today. But when she finds out he got Traitors, she's like, oh my God. I don't understand this woman. Parts of me thinks one day I will, but I don't think I was meant to. I don't think the world was meant to at this point. She's like, oh my gosh, we got Traitors. Is that the reaction you would have to someone you are suing for revenge pee? Is it, oh my God, shut up, I'm going to watch it. Shut up. Now, I know later she's going to say she's going to watch because she likes to see him suffer, but she's like, yes, it's true, MG. Tom Sandoval had to be carried by JoJo Siwa. Tom Sandoval was pooping and crying. All those things are true. The guys, the army sergeants on Special Forces destroyed him and yelled at him. And I loved it. It was great. I didn't watch every episode, but I made sure to tune in when he was getting roasted up by army guys, by real army guys. But she's like, oh my God. Okay, so let's listen to this.
Trying to convince me to go in Special Forces with him. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm going to get out of this inpatient treatment facility and go straight into like a horrible, traumatic situation where they're all yelling at me and telling me that I'm a piece of S and all that stuff. No, that's like the opposite of what I want. Anyway, yeah, I did watch that, and I did kind of have like a little bit of joy seeing him go through painful experiences. I may have to tune in for Traitors. The dynamic is interesting. I don't know many of the people on the cast, but I may have to tune in for this because I feel like he's he is a master manipulator, and it would be very interesting to see his tactics in a situation where it's encouraged to be manipulative. So
Psychological warfare.
yeah, like more of a put on your psychology cap for this one because it sounds very entertaining.
Okay, let's not give the guy too much credit here. I mean, we have a very basic understanding of his basic manipulation because it is so basic. Okay? Yeah, let's not pretend is he a manipulator? Yes. Is he all the bad things? For sure. Does he show as a narcissist? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Is he a dangerous human like Lala said? Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. But she's like, oh my god, I can't wait to watch it and see what it's about. Like the way she's it's a little much. Okay. Speaking of which, we talked about this on the last No Offense, All Offense, is we were talking about Ariana wanting to, is this the screenshot? Okay. No. Oh, that's we'll end with that one. Okay. So let me pull this comment down. Yeah, everything about him is basic, Cami. Everything about this. Okay. So Ariana had previously demanded that the current lawsuit that she is in, that Rachel Raquel has against her and Tom Sandoval for Revenge P, that it be tossed out. But that was denied. So she wanted to be tossed out. Maddox demanded the suit be tossed earlier this month and denied sharing any explicit. I'm sorry, it wasn't denied yet. Sorry, I read that wrong. Maddox demanded the suit be tossed earlier this month and denied sharing any explicit videos of Levis with third parties. She also recently filed a motion to have her name stricken from the lawsuit under the anti-SLAPP statute, which protects Californians from litigation that violates their rights to free speech. So I'm sure Ariana is going to argue like, bro, I don't know. She's not going to say bro, but Tom Sandoval would. But she'd be like, I sent this back to Rachel, because literally she sent the video back to Rachel a few times or something to say, you're dead to me. Yeah, dead to me, when she found the video in question, which is allegedly of Rachel Raquel pleasuring herself on a FaceTime video that she had with Tom Sandoval that was supposed to just live in that moment on FaceTime, her doing the fingerling, enjoying herself, maybe listening to the Thong Song while doing it, that tong song, and, reaching the high heavens up there. But Tom Sandoval decided to, without her consent, to screen record it and save it to his phone. And that video in question that screen recorded ended up being the proof Ariana needed and found on Tom's phone when the phone was given to her that fateful day in March of, 2022 now, right? 2020, yeah. No, 2023, last year. When it fell out of his glittered pants during a concert he was performing with his bad karaoke self. And Ariana checked the phone and found the video. All right. So Ariana's like, no. And anti-SLAPP, many people, I have seen lots of like lawsuits that have got dismissed or due to anti-SLAPP being this protection of Californians from litigation that violates their right to free speech. In response, Levis's powerhouse legal team, which I'll be honest, it doesn't seem that powerhouse. They seem to be full of a lot of hot air, argued that her lawsuit was not an attack on Maddox's right to speak freely about matters of public concern, as the defendant claims. So Ariana's like, I should be able to speak freely about matters of public concern, as the defendant claimed. They also argued Maddox's conduct cannot be protected by the anti-SLAPP statute because it was illegal. Oh my God. Again, we are just, punishing the true victims, which is Ariana, who's the victim of Tom Sandoval and Rachel Raquel, who was supposed to be her friend, and then Tom Sandoval was supposed to be her life partner, and here we are. Thank you. Kirsten says Rachel said she was isolated. Yes, after she broke up with James, which is 100% a lie. She had the Toms, Ariana, Charlie, Sheena, Brock. She made them isolate James out. She's dangerous, spinning a false narrative now. I mean, that is actually a wonderful, wonderful point. So the article goes on to, and thank you, Kirsten, for pointing that out. I appreciate that very, very, very much. Christina, thank you so much. Christina says, just took CBD. Oh, Vina, CBD. I'm high. Talk me down, Gen X. Enjoy the ride, Christina. Okay. So there was a letter, that's an emotional letter. I believe page 6 is where I got this. Radar Online and page 6 were saying that there was an emotional letter or response that was included in this lawsuit from Rachel Raquel recently, where she said that, she was kind of explaining that she began to rely. She was like, okay, if Lala is there, I just want to tell you guys that I began to rely on Sandoval for emotional support, while he in turn began to confide in me about the dire, you guys, state of his relationship with Maddox. Okay. Describing it as a business partnership. She was like, it was more of a like business partnership than it was a relationship, and casting its end as foregone. I don't even know what the hell she's saying here. So while he in turn began to confide in me about the dire state of his relationship. So what's her face? Rachel Raquel is just saying, oh my God, the relationship was on life support. And it was I mean, we remember her saying this. Like it was like, I didn't even know if they were together, which again, if we're going to really be honest about this, Rachel, if that's the case, then why did you say in the interview at the end of season, what was it? What did we just have? Season 11? Whatever. The end of not this past season, but the season before, when Scandal broke, why did she go on to say, I just love Tom so much and I love Ariana too. So I thought like I could just like join the relationship. Do you guys remember that? Where she finally was coming clean about all the lies that she said Tom Sandoval was making her tell. She was like, yeah, I just don't wanna, I'm scared because if I say something, I'm scared because I don't have anyone but Tom. And that actually touched my heart a little because I was like, oh, that isolating piece of shit, Tom Sandoval. He's out there telling his friends about the affair, but allegedly Rachel Raquel couldn't. And he was trying to isolate her, so I could see that. But now she's out here singing a different tune, saying, oh, no, Tom told me that they were like so over. But you said, no, you wanted to be the threesome in their relationship. So that indicating that they weren't in fact over and that Tom wasn't going to leave her for you. It's just so many different freaking stories going on with this one where it's like, girl, how many variations are we going to hear? So she said that, Tom just like we started and he like Lala would be there but he would go to me and not Lala for emotional support. And like him and Ariana were not in a good place. They were like really, really bad. Okay. Like worse than me and James, like really bad. I viewed Sandoval as a close confidant. Okay. I said dance. And friends. And our relationship was platonic, according to me. It began increasingly clear. Okay, going clear. That's me. However, I'm trying out new religion, so I might be going clear. It became increasingly clear, however, that Sandoval had different intentions. Like I could tell he was like looking at my like vagine sometimes. And granted, I'm like really tall, so he's eye level with my vagine, but he would just like stare at it for a long time. And I was like, I think he wants this. And who am I to keep a guy from what he wants? Anyways. So by the summer of 2022, Tom Sandoval, you guys know him, had worn down my defenses. He completely wore down my defenses, you guys. All right. And we started sleeping together in August and continued to do so through the early months of 2023. We went to Big Bear without Lala there. But yeah, he just like wore down my defenses. When I saw this, I thought, wore down your defenses? Like, was she playing like guard of the vag? Like, no. I feel like an NBA player. Like what were you doing? It is an interesting way to see. Like he wore down my defenses. Okay. So this is through a declaration, I should say, she submitted to the court that people are saying was an emotional. So on June 28th, just a couple days ago, she released this, submitted this declaration to the court to support her argument against the anti-slap motion, calling Ariana was a principal contributor to my emotional distress. Nah, bitch. You having sex with Tom Sandoval and not being able to control your own vagina was the contributor to your own distress. Like, how are you going to blame your friend who you were cheating with her boyfriend? And you're like, you caused me a lot of emotional distress. Like, when you got mad at me for doing that thing that's like really bad, which is sleeping with your life partner in your house while you were mourning your dog and your grandma, and you trusted me. And then at the reunion, you were like being really mean, Ariana, like meaner than Lala. You were saying, I know you call me a dementor. And you say, no, you like Harry Potter. And I do like Harry Potter. I love him. Okay. In the Chamber of Dark Secrets in my pants. That's my favorite one. So in her letter, the model, that's what they're calling Rachel Raquel, described her experiences from the time she first appeared on the reality show in 2016 while dating James Kennedy, now 32, and the subsequent events that left her. It left me in an extremely dark and scary place mentally. Very dark. Okay. Have you ever had to talk to Tom Sandoval for longer than 5 minutes and you run out of Coors Light and mushrooms and acid? So you're kind of like present. It's so dark. It's so scary. The guy is like every word. And that's even a lot for me. After breaking off, she says, after breaking off my engagement to Kennedy, what, John F? Like, why is she calling him Kennedy? Is it because it's in a law declaration to the court? But it's interesting. Like, she always would say James Kennedy, but okay. After breaking off my engagement to Kennedy, I became increasingly isolated. This is what she wrote, you guys. Following her split from the DJ in late 2021, Levis, she's like, I began to confide in Sandoval. And we became like rawly close, rawly close. All right. And then we had a secret relationship. NBD, it happens, you guys. Seriously, like I see it at Stagecoach all the time. There's always like one guy who's like with another girl who goes in her tent. And it's while the girlfriend is passed out. It's just like a thing. So the secret couple regularly communicated through FaceTime. Sometimes sexually, she said. Sometimes we would like talk, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, I'm on the treadmill. I'm singing karaoke. And I was like, "Oh my god, that's like really cool." I am thinking about my astral light or my globe light or whatever it's called. I was also thinking about horses for a small period of time today. And I was wondering, is the earth flat? Because I think flat earthers have a lot of really good points I like to discuss at a later date. So she said they would sometimes talk, but it would become sexual. Okay. Noting that these conversations were confidential, very confidential, Oh my God. Levis characterized the calls as these were private communications reflecting a clandestine affair. I don't even know what that word means, but it sounds like really pretty or really racist. I'm not really sure, but I'm also not going to look it up. So, okay. However, recordings were allegedly captured around February 2023. So this is after the Big Bear trip, while she was in a private residence, probably Sheena's and or Ariana's herself. Or maybe like Schwartz's, who knows where she was. Okay. She was somewhere and squatting like she did allegedly. So so they were on FaceTime and she was like, "Hi, Sam, what you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, just thinking about karaoke." And then she's like, "What do you want to do on this FaceTime?" And he was like, "I want you to finger yourself." And she's like, "Okay, that sounds good. I love you." He was like, "I love you too. I love your family." Okay. So they captured this while she was in a private residence doing the fingerling. Sandoval never asked. She's like, Sandoval never asked me permission to record these FaceTimes. And I was not aware that he was doing so. Like Lala, she probably knew, but I didn't. she said, had he asked, I would have said no, because I'm not that type of girl. Like, yes, I'll have sex with my friend's boyfriend, life partner of 10 years in her home while she's grieving and out of town. And sometimes while she's home and upstairs, but she's like a heavy sleeper. So it was fine. But I'm not going to let someone like record me while I'm doing fingerlings. This is not going to happen. So she said, hell no. I would say no. No to the no, no, no. If I had known that he had done so anyway, I would have been furious and demanded he delete them. I would have been like, Tom, stop. Tom, stop. Delete it. Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. No, Tom, there's like a really weird code here. I don't even know what it says. Tom, delete it. I love how she's like, I would have him deleted, but you wouldn't have broken up with them. I don't know. If I knew my partner was recording me without my consent, it would be like, bye, deuces. See you never. And then she goes on to explain, in this whatever to the court, that it's not just that Maddox had discovered the recordings and confronted me about their content. Tense. I said tense. I love tents at Stagecoach. You can do so much in a tent, especially if it's like a bigger tent, because you can stretch your legs out and then you can stand up and you can bend over. Okay. If that were all that happened, Maddox would not have been named in this lawsuit. So Raquel is basically saying it's not just that Ariana discovered these recordings and confronted her and sent her that text that says you're dead to me. And then this was referenced. It's so much more happened. That's not all that happened. Levis wrote that she had every reason to believe that Ariana showed these recordings to others like Brad and Logan and Kaida, describing the cast member as bent on revenge. Girl, no one wants revenge on you. Like, what are you talking about? Of course she's going to be pissed. And she should. Like, that would be your initial feeling. But come on. She could have done so much to you that she didn't do. Please, girl. What I do know is that I was utterly terrified of Maddox's intentions and her actions. As acknowledged by her, caused me extreme emotional distress. What actions of Ariana caused her? I'm just still so confused by this whole thing. What actions? The fact that she found the video of you that showed you were cheating with her boyfriend while pretending to be her friend and talked to her about her relationship issues. And you were doing it like, it's like so just the gall of these people so unapologetically. And she was having your back. And it must have been so hard for Ariana to like have to stick up for you and Tom, because you're both, let's just say, not bright. You're no rainbow brights over here. You're no light brights. Just real dim, you two. But she caused you emotional distress by just outing what you did. Ridiculous. Levis is seeking damages and injunctive relief from her two former co-stars, claiming they caused her catastrophic psychological harm. No, Tom did, baby girl. Tom did. What about the catastrophic psychological harm you caused on Ariana for the rest of her life? Now she's going to be wondering, can I trust people? Is this person really my friend? Do they have ulterior motives? Like, so much that she's going to have to think about and worry about when you are betrayed by a friend on that level. Gross. So a hearing to discuss Maddox's anti-slap motion is scheduled for July 11th. Let me see what you guys are saying. It is just continues to be disgusting. And let's go back to Kirsten's point here. Let me pull it back up here. So Kirsten said Rachel said she was isolated after she broke up with James, which is 100% a lie. She had the Toms, Ariana, Charlie, Sheena, Brock. She made them isolate James out. She is dangerous, spinning a false narrative now. And this 100% all of these things, because we saw that Raquel, she was being like, everyone was embracing Rachel. Everyone was like, screw James. Even through that season when James and Allie came around, people were smiling, but people were really pro Raquel. Most people had Raquel's back. And Rachel was going to be like the next it girl on Vanderpump Rules. She dropped the bag So bad on that one. As did Tom Sandoval, because he had gotten just a lovely, undeserved edit all those years. So everyone had your back. Everyone was rooting for you. Even as you were going for Schwartz, people in the group were rooting for you. Even as you were pretending to go for Schwartz, everyone had Rachel Raquel's back. I don't know where the isolation comes in, because people were definitely more pro Rachel than they were pro James. And I mean, that's what you guys saw, right? So yeah, it's like It's like we saw the show. It's Lala 2.0. I'm gonna have to add her to the little. I mean, we already knew Rachel's not like us, but we're gonna have to maybe add her in with these three, because you're trying to rewrite history and it's not gonna work.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
That's craziness to me. Hearing her say that, and as if she was who isolated her, because everyone embraced her so much so that they took her to camping for her birthday as she's literally having an affair with Sandoval, and all the girls have her back, and Sheena's giving her a place to live. Even Lala's being not too rude to her, nice for Lala. So, oh my gosh. Aravina, did I say your name right? Arivina says the gall of Rachel to continue to torture Ariana after her betrayal. It's now showing that it's very callous. It's very petty. It's harmful. It is all these things I didn't think. I should have thought she would do it, because look what she would do while Ariana was her friend. Look at what she would do with Tom. But Rachel and Tom have so much in common. They both have no concept of reality. They both are so delulu. They both think they're the victims, of their actions. You're not the victim of your crime. Like, you're the criminals. You're the people. Yes, Monica, it's desperate. It's gross. It's nothing good. And she continues to just be like, yeah. And I had like catastrophic emotional damage. I had like catastrophic psychological, right? And it's like Sandra saying, what lawyer would advise her to air this stuff? And Renee Glover, I hope so too. I hope a judge sees right through this. It's ridiculous. Mallory V says she's incredibly coddled with litigious parents. Yeah, you're right. Rachel and Tom deserve it. They really do. They should have ended up together, because they're both disgusting. So disgusting. It's insane and it's wrong. Yes, Peach. Monica says, I couldn't believe Tom's actions. He kept blaming Ariana. They both want to blame Ariana. Still to this day, you hear these weird takes of like what Rachel had to put up with, and she was bullied at that reunion. No, she was held accountable, and people were very upset with her actions. And they said things in that moment and then didn't continue to say them. If they had continued on and she wasn't continuing those actions, that could be deemed, I guess, as a little bit bullyish. But at that reunion, when Scandival first, came about, we first found out about it, everyone was just reacting to it in the moment, and their emotions were coming out. And if someone wants to read you the riot act, if someone wants to drag you when you do shitty things to them, that's kind of what you deserve, Padawannabe, thank you so much, says, I used to think you were exaggerating the way Tom speaks until I saw a clip of him on the reunion where he was extra whiny. I laughed out loud because it's so whiny. And normally, with parody and things like that, you have to, you want to play it up for like humor and stuff. But when he's talking like he does, I'm probably not playing it up enough.
Have some remorse. Have some sensitivity.
He all the time he's like, I am I'm really impressionable
Guess
too.
what? I was very impressionable when she took all her clothes off and jumped in my pool.
I can't believe that Vicky is still doing it with him.
By the time 1980 rolled around a decade later, it was Coke, and it was Southern Comfort, and it was a different man every night.
I feel like Rachel Raquel is definitely the victim of pretty privilege at this point. So many people, I think, in her life and even in this situation have told her it's okay and will probably forgive her or people around her will be more apt to be friends with her and things because of how she looks and all those things. So, she, and previous to this, she probably didn't have to, she probably had a lot of people making excuses for her because she had that little pretty privilege, if you will. But I know I am mom jeans. It's how he talks. He's a pig. I know I need the lisp, but you go to Ryan Bailey for the lisp. You go to me for the whiny Tom. So he does the lispy Tom Sandoval, and I do the I am up. I guess if I can combine the two. But Ryan Bailey does the good Tom with the lisp. Mallory said she was going to go into mental health rehab therapy place with or without Scandival because her parents were pushing her to go. Rachel talks about this. So she can't blame it all on that video. Oh my God. But she will. She will. And she thinks this is her way back and this is her way to continue to tear down Ariana. I think, honestly, she really wants to hurt Ariana. And she is upset with, just as Lala is the public's support of Ariana. So, so horrible. HC says Ariana and Tom shared expenses. So if Ariana paid for the phone bills, and yeah, them saying she stole his phone, no. It was handed to her because that was her partner of 10 years. She could get into the phone. She knew the code. And she had checked the phone, I think, before. Like, they had access to each other's phones, if I remember correctly. But he was hiding things, I believe, in like those folders where I guess you can hide stuff, where it says it's an app, but really it's a folder. So, but maybe he just got sloppy with this one and forgot to hide it in one of those apps. That fake apps that are really folders to hide stuff. So Ariana and Tom shared expenses. So if Ariana paid for the phone bills and the phone, it's Ariana's phone too. Ariana just sent the Corno video back to the producer of the material. Yeah. She was like, hey, I saw your work. That's basically what she was doing. Mrs. Odie says Rachel's legal position. No one is allowed to make me feel sad about what I did. That's illegal. I feel like that is so true for her. That is what she's thinking. Yeah, but you guys shouldn't be able to like tell me that I did something bad. I know I did something bad because Lala is a what did I say? She gives me Mistress Bimbo vibes. And so if Lala can do it, then I can do it too. All right. I know you're asking Renee this, but I do think that Rachel Raquel is jealous of Ariana. I do think there was probably talk. I mean, Tom, let's look at it this way. Tom Sandoval is very concerned about branding, right? That's a big reason he didn't want to break up with Ariana. We have so many deals together. It's hard. You guys don't understand. Have you ever broken up with someone? And like all of America and the world is like, yeah. Or I've been broken up with. Yeah, it's not this like, it sucks, but it's definitely doable. It's not, you definitely don't go right to cheating with one of her closest friends. You can definitely break up before then. But he's really concerned about branding. And he talked, and Rachel Raquel has now told us that, from his own words, he was concerned about branding. Then Rachel Raquel has told us that he also was talking about how their brand would be. So I honestly think something that people have thought, a lot of people have speculated from the beginning is there was this want to almost replace Ariana with Rachel Raquel. And they thought maybe they could get away with it. And I'm sure there were conversations between Tom and Rachel Raquel where they were talking about these sort of things. So it seemed like as they talked to her after that season and as she continues to talk, she almost felt similar to how Lala feels. She almost felt that this was her new place, that she felt entitled to Ariana's spot, whether it be in Ariana's bed with Ariana's boyfriend or Ariana's spot on the show. With Ariana's friends and all those things. She felt entitled to those things. So when that didn't happen, now she's acting out as like the scorned ex-girlfriend. When really, baby, you're the reason for the season. Okay. You're the reason for the bad season. I mean, you're the one who you and Tom Sandy Butt both contributed to this big, lie and cheating scandal. And you're not the victim of anything. So I think that, I think she thought, well, yeah, I mean, they're not like whatever. And I'm going to be the next Ariana. Maybe I'll like join as a third. Maybe I'll just be like, I love Ariana and I love Tom. Well, you loved Ariana so much, you did her so dirty, and now you continue to do her dirty all of these months, year later. It's insane. Yes, HC. It was so interesting to see Joe have the same reaction. Joe felt entitled. So it makes you wonder. It seems like the Toms were seeking out a certain type of woman, and they both had very similar reactions. So it makes you wonder, what were the Toms saying to these women? Because we know that Tom Schwartz was not honest with Joe. As cuckoo bananas as Joe is, and I do not unfortunately have an update about her dog. I think she's just pretending like nothing ever happened, and she's not doing those unhinged lives anymore where she's, trying to grift for money for her dog. So I don't know what's happening. I just hope her dog is okay. But that they weren't being honest with them because the Toms are liars. And so they were probably feeding their head full of, obviously Katie's the villain, Ariana's the villain, you're my girl, it's like Dreadful Ruby is very diabolical. So the Toms are just a huge problem in this. They're just very problematic dudes when it comes to dealing with women. I think they're both men who don't really like women. They like the sex part, but the respect and all the other stuff that goes along with it, like, nah. They were using the women like chess pieces, but unfortunately the Toms only know how to play checkers, and barely. I mean, they can't even win at Connect 4. So not doing it very well. But if you go after a certain type, a certain personality type, like a Joe or Rachel Raquel, you're going to have more success. Where we saw Katie, although she was with Schwartz for a long time, check Schwartz, check Sandoval on the regular. We saw Ariana check her own boyfriend Sandoval on the regular, be very outspoken. So I think they wanted to replace these two strong women and create like a villain arc for them with these like Joe and Rachel Raquel. And it didn't work. Thankfully, Leslie says, no, they don't like women. Most men don't. Unfortunately, yeah, they do not like women, and they do more harm than good. Mallory says they laughed in Ariana's face regarding the sly taken men. Right? That was the worst. Schwartz said at Rachel's camping dinner, they are snakes. That was one of the snakiest moves when they were at the camping for Rachel Raquel and Tom Schwartz, who I feel so bad. So when he's trying to rewrite history and like, I feel so bad about the Ariana thing. And Tom, I told Tom not to do that. If you felt that way, why would you make a joke like this while the affair is going on, while Ariana's right there and has no idea what's happening? It's gross.
I don't want to like kill the vibe, but Raquel has a type.
What's the
So
type?
Brock, Tom, be careful tonight.
Okay.
A type for blood?
Men that are taken.
Just gross, disgusting. No, thank you. Send it back. Return to sender. I really wish they would just take the Toms. If they're going to bring Vanderpump back, just take the Toms off of the damn show because they are just the worst. Care Bear, thank you so much for being a member for 34 months. Care Bear says, can't you tell when someone screen records you? I'm calling BS. Also, what happened to the Billy Lee Victoria beef? Great question. And also, I think you can tell on Instagram, but I don't know about FaceTime. I don't know. I've never tried to record a FaceTime or have. I mean, the only time I would record something is like when the kiddos are back in the Midwest and they were like they're like, Joleen, do our dance routine. And they're like, record it. And I record it and then we watch it. But other than that, I don't, I'm not really like calling up the husband being like, hey, what you doing? You in a hotel? Did you buy some corno? Okay. Let's have some fun. That's not what I'm doing. Shout out to people that are. That's totally cool. But I don't know. I think certain apps and certain social media sites will tell you. I think Snapchat does. I think they were one of the first that would tell if people were doing like screenshots or screen recording, because that became an issue because it was meant, Snapchat, and that was meant for those pictures to exist just for a short amount of time, similar to like an Instagram story. But I don't know if they do. Yeah. Monica says, did they have fun at the sleepover? They had so much fun at the sleepover. So much fun. They swam. When I picked them up, they were making boba and smoothies and eating enchiladas. They were living the life I want to live. Okay, so they had the most fun, but now they're tired. But yeah, all the fun. And then what happened to the Billy Lee Victoria beef? Well, Tom came back from filming Traitors, and Victoria went into. I'm going to post on the grid, on the gram, on the grid, and I'm going to post all the things I'm loving lately, and include Sandoval, and like in her stories, you'll see the two of them like traveling. But I didn't see Tom Sandoval make a statement regarding that, and I haven't checked in on Billy Lee, but I didn't see anything trending. So I think, unfortunately, I don't know if we're ever going to hear more about that. Unfortunately or fortunately, I'm not sure if we're going to hear more about that. I was wondering if, they were going to say, if he was going to say something once he got back, or if him and Billy Lee would talk again. I don't know, but they are acting, him and Vicky are acting as if nothing happened and they're so in love, when really we might know that it's much more problematic than they want to, let us in on. But I kind of hope that, maybe this makes me a bad person. And if so, I'll take it. I'll take it on the chin. Okay. I kind of hope she's holding him emotionally hostage and being an emotional terrorist to him, because I feel like it's what he deserves. You know what I mean? It's like, the future's bright. I kind of hope she scares him a little. So Vicky, keep doing what you're doing, girl. Keep doing what you're doing. Yvonne says, did you pay the sleepover fees? I didn't. I feel like such a broke bitch. I did not. I did bring over cookies and brownies from Trader Joe's when I dropped them off, but I didn't pay. My friend Katie is lovely, and that's my bestie with the Tessie, and she doesn't ask me to pay for sleepover fees like we talked about yesterday. If you missed yesterday's episode of No Offense, All Offense, go to the video right before this one and check it out, because we talked about a mom who thinks play dates, you should charge the other mom like for wear and tear of the couch. And I mean, and how you even figure out the fee for that. It's just, you're just going to pick some random arbitrary number. Well, she sat on my couch for 45 minutes and she may have tooted. So I'm going to $10 for the wear and tear of that couch. Right? Enchiladas and smoothies and boba sounds amazing. Best day ever. Veronique says both Toms are secretly best buds in a fawning gay way. Both don't realize the overt and covert. They are in a love. Ooh, in a sexy, can I hit it from the front? Can I hit it from the back? They're wearing thongs together, Veronique is saying. Cheryl says, didn't she originally say she did the FaceTime with Tom while she was, that's what I thought, in New York, in a hotel, and she got corno, remember? She got some adult entertainment to watch. And it was the night before Watch Happens Live. That's the first story I remember as well, Cheryl. It's crazy. Give these liars enough time and they will come up with so many versions of the lie. It's really hard to remember when you're lying. Always like Judge Judy says, when you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. But when you lie, you got to have a really good memory. And these people do not have good memories. Susie SP Squirrel says, I'm really sorry to say this, but Schwartz is charming. I met him the same night I met Joleen. I wanted to hate him, but he said I needed to leave. He said I needed to leave Schwartz and Sandy's because Packer fans aren't. What? Wait. I'm sorry to say this, but Schwartz is charming. I met him the same night I met Joleen. Oh. I wanted to hate him, but he said I needed to leave Schwartz and Sandy's because Packer fans, was he like being silly or did he really ask you to leave? I'm confused. I know he's originally from Minnesota. We don't claim him. Originally, he's from Woodbury, which I'm so sorry to Woodbury. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve that. But listen, when I met Tom Schwartz, he couldn't have been nicer. He was so sweet. But now I see. We see each other. Okay. Now I see. And he's tall. Yeah. He's definitely cuter than Sandoval. Yucky. Oh, yeah, I'm sure, Mallory. He cheats on Victoria. Which is crazy. Yeah. Silly little freaks everywhere. Rachel says timelines don't add up, or her story around the origin of the video. We knew this was going on for much longer than 7 months. Of course we did. course. Oh my God. I think my mom dry humped Tom Schwartz that night. I'm not sure. Okay. But she was pretending. He was showing us, I think she was asking him about his tattoo. And then he was like, do you have tattoos? And she started to pull down her pants because she's Nana and she's hilarious. And I was like, Nana, calm your boner. So I get it. Nana wanted a little piece of Schwartz, but now Nana's like, yeah, no. Nana, she lost her boners. It totally fell. Yeah, Nicole, I'm so sorry about him being from Woodbury. My son goes to the same high school as Schwartz did. Well, hopefully they should have some kind of placard there to be like, future male graduates, don't be like this guy. Dreadful Ruby says men get away with a whole lot with being decently good looking and charming. Isn't that the truth? Doing the bare minimum, they get away with so much more. But women, you better not have a wrinkle, bitch. You better not have no cellulite, bitch. You better be symmetrical everywhere, bitch. Otherwise, it's so much harder. Nana is a character. Nana is my favorite character. Leslie says Schwartz is the worst kind of toxic guy because of the superficial charm. I know I've dated these kind of guys. And now you see that even with his interactions with people. It's so fakey. We saw that with Joe and what he was doing with Kate. It's just, you're like, oh, dude, you're just a fraud, bro. Like your whole personality is what's real about. You're just saying the things you think people want to hear while acting disgustingly. And you're just like, fingers in my mouth. That was the one thing Lala was right about. Fingers in my mouth, nervous, fingers in my mouth. And it was gross. Oh, because Susie has said at the same time, fingers in the mouth. So, yeah. So there we have it, you guys. That is today's episode of No Offense, All Offense. You guys have been beautiful, lovely, wonderful pumpkin spice babies. I want to shout out all of my super chatters here today. Artists, thank you so much. North Van Amy, thank you for being a member for a month. Happy 4th to you guys. I can't believe it's the 4th of July tomorrow. What is time and where has it gone? Pamela B, thank you so much. Kirsten, thank you so very much. Christina Byington, thank you so much. Kirsten, again, appreciate you. Care Bear member for 34 months. You are the best. Care Bear is also part of my mod squad, so thank you so much. And Padawan BB, thank you so much for the super chat. And those of you that hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. And just thank you to those of you who participated in the live chat. I mean, you guys make it so fun to go live. My little niece Lucy goes, Jolene, do you ever get bored with going live? I'm like, honestly, I don't get bored because everyone that joins is so entertaining and I love reading you guys' comments. Are there days where I don't feel like I'm my best or I'm funny or I'm, I don't put on eye makeup and I'm like, ugh, gross, or I feel bloated or something and I don't want to do it? Yeah. But this is the best job I've ever had. And I've had quite a few jobs in my life, quite a few, but I really enjoy being on YouTube and you guys make it so wonderful. So that's long answer. Short answer, no, I don't. We have a lot of fun over here and we love just dragging these hoes when they just do humiliating things.
How humiliating and degrading.
How humiliating and degrading. As we talk about the rumors and the nastiness.
Where's Meredith Marks when I need her?
The rumors, the nastiness, the rumors, the nastiness. You want me to go there with her husband? I can go there. You can leave.
You can leave. Rachel Raquel, the Toms, and the stupid lawsuit that includes Ariana. But Cisco, you can stay. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to smash that like on your way out. Leave a comment after the video post. Since I don't get to see all of your comments, I like to read them after the fact. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Joleen Lunzer on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, because it'll never be X to me. And also I have a No Offense, All Offense on Instagram as well, if you want to follow that. But I'll be back very soon. If I don't see you, happy 4th of July over here in the States, and happy Thursday to everybody else. And always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you see.